I'm Mrs. Pratt, and I teach at Crestwood School, and I'm going to read to you Spike, the Ugliest Dog in the Universe by Deborah Fraser. Spike, the ugliest dog in the universe. One day, my owner entered me in the ugliest dog in the universe contest. I won. It was awful. My picture was on every porch in town. How embarrassing. But don't judge a book by its cover. A dog can't help the way he looks. Get to know me. I'm good-hearted, loyal, smart. If you could see inside my heart, you'd say, beautiful. And then, one morning, my owner picked up his car and drove off. So long, ugliest pooch, he shouted. I think he left me behind because of his new girlfriend, Sweetie. She only likes cats. Big, fluffy, beautiful cats. Did you say, how terrible? Wait. That night, the boy from next door came over and untied me. His name is Joe. He fed me sausage scraps in a big red bowl, and he rubbed my head just the way I like it. Humans can be very funny looking, you know, with those long swinging arms and no fur except on the top of their heads. But Joe, he is beautiful. He brought me to his house. I met his mom. Joe, she said, you know we've always wanted a dog, but we just can't afford one right now. Please, he asked. I'm sorry, sweetheart. This weekend we'll have to take him to the animal shelter. She meant the dog pound, but I belonged with Joe. He belonged with me. We needed help, so I turned to Evangeline. She lives next door. She's won ribbons. She's won trophies. No one could ever abandon her on the porch. No one would ever take her to the pound. Desperate times require desperate measures, and that included taking advice. Even from a cat. Oh, yes, Evangeline said, purring. I have the key. You must simply be more like me. No more useless tail wagging, no more slobbering, no more digging, no more chasing, no more splashing, no more muddy tracking. Eat with care, stay clean, stay quiet, stop this ridiculous barking, start all sounds with a soft purr. And oh yes, never ever miss a nap or skip a sardine snack. Have you ever smelled a sardine? Pew, pew, pew. It's a tiny fish with a big stink. Evangeline licked her paws. Now, it's time for my beauty sleep. Ah, yes. Desperate times require desperate measures. Agree? So I tried. I didn't slobber. I didn't dig. I was careful, clean, and most of all, quiet. Meanwhile, Joe started his poster campaign. He taped his drawings all over the house. Persuasive, don't you think? We made progress. On Tuesday, Joe's mom fed me her dinner scraps. I ate them slowly and with great care and cleanliness. On Thursday, more progress. Joe's mom said, Spike is so well behaved, but strangely quiet, don't you think? Such a sweet dog, she said on Saturday. I was certain our plan was working. But that afternoon, when Joe lifted me into the truck, I wasn't so certain anymore. Things were too quiet. We stopped at the hardware store. I heard. We stopped at the meat market. I pretended to nap. We stopped at the park. I kept my paws clean. Then it happened. we turned into the dog pound. But guess what? It was closed. We'll have to come back tomorrow, Joe's mom said. Tomorrow. On the ride home, my heart broke. Back at our house, Joe had homework to do. I curled up on the porch and went to sleep. Even Evangeline would have been agreed with that plan. I woke up to a familiar stink. Pew, pew, pew! I looked over the railing, a trail of sardines on the sidewalk. Evangeline, please, enough misery. Not that smell, not now. But wait, something wasn't right. I looked again. It was a trick. Evangeline! Don't follow that sardine trail. Evangeline! Don't go in that dark head. Evangeline! But I was too late. The trap snapped shut. A tall woman in sunglasses snatched it up. Ruff, ruff, ruff! After her. Nip, nip, bark, bark! I circled, I growled, I grabbed her purse. Her wig flew off. She dropped the trap. Evangeline yelled. A car roared to the curb. Get in, sweetie, the driver shouted, and forget about that cat. Wait! I knew that voice. Tires squealed and the car was gone. I ran to Evangeline. Spike! Yelled Joe from the porch. And suddenly neighbors were everywhere, cheering and clapping and carrying Evangeline around in the yard. The police came and asked questions. Later, the newspaper photographer arrived, and I wasn't about to go through that again. So Joe gave the reporter one of his drawings of me instead. I watched it all from under the porch. What was I thinking about? Tomorrow, of course. Dog Pound Day. And sure enough, tomorrow came. Come look, Spike's in the newspaper, Joe's mom called from the kitchen. I covered my eyes. Oh no, not again. Spike, she read, winner of the ugliest dog in the universe contest, is a neighborhood hero. His lively barking saved the award-winning cat, Evangeline, from a thief. Spike's picture was drawn by Joe, and her voice slowed down. The dog's owner. She looked up sharply. Joseph, did you say that? Put Spike outside and come in here right now. They talked a long time, and then we drove right back to the dog pound. Wait, hold your tears. Did you know that you can adopt a dog at the dog pound? Did you know they sell dog licenses too? Did you know the reporter paid Joe to use his drawing in the newspaper? And they hired him to make drawings at the next Dogtown Dog Show? Hey, isn't that the ugliest dog in the universe? Asked the Dog Pound clerk. Don't judge a book by its cover, Joe said, and his mom answered too. And then Joe's mom said the most amazing words I've ever heard. Actually, he's the most beloved dog in the universe, and this is just the boy to take care of him. She rubbed Joe's head just the way he likes it. Now I have my very own tag. Joe paid for it with the money he made from drawing me. Isn't that beautiful? Are you worried about Evangeline? Don't be. She's home perfectly fine. But she wants to be ready in case there's more trouble ahead. So she came to me for help. Spike, she asked just this morning, can you teach me how to growl?